Hey everyone! We are live. Awesome. I'm excited. So, if I look at that side, it means I am checking the chat. So, first of all, can you all let me know if you can all hear me? I see quite a few people have already logged on, which is awesome. Awesome. So, you can see me. That's awesome as well. David, Tony, Luis. Also, could you please let me know where everyone is from so I sort of have a sense of who I'm basically talking to. So, oh, wow, it's actually going really fast. Brazil, Poland, Egypt, Dirk, Madrid, Slovenia, the Netherlands, which is awesome. Burning Altia, Spain, London, California. It's going way too fast. Actually, I can't even keep up. South Africa, which is awesome. I had my honeymoon in South Africa. UK, Melbourne, Australia, Israel, UK, Singapore, New Jersey, Florida. Like, it's from all over the place, which is awesome. But like I said, it's going faster than I can actually keep up with. So I see quite a few people have already logged on, and as most of you probably already know, I don't really like to beat around the bush too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my webcam, and I'm just going to go to the slides that I have prepared for all of you so we can all just get started. Who is excited to get started? Let me know. And I'm going to turn off my webcam right now. Some people are asking to leave the webcam on, but I'm always like, I'm just drinking water. I'm more comfortable without it. And also, one thing I want to ask all of you, I'm doing my best, but there is a but. I'm not the best at multitasking. Perhaps it's because I'm a guy. So if I'm not seeing your question, don't think I'm ignoring you or anything like that. It's just that when I'm actually doing the presentation, I have a hard time to also check the stats. And someone's asking actually whether it is live. It actually is live. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but right now it's Thursday, the 20th of April. It's 4 p.m. in the Netherlands, which is like 10 a.m. New York time. Anyway, so we are live. But like I said, I'm not good at multitasking. I hope that is cool. Let me turn off the webcam. You should all be seeing how to collect 17,000 email subscribers from scratch in less than 30 days. That is because that is what we're going to talk about without spending a dime on advertising, because that's exactly what I've been doing. And I'm going to show you on this call how to set this up. So, first of all, my goal for today is that if you do not have an email list, that by the end of this presentation, you are going to be empowered to have everything you need to build up an email list. I mean, if you don't have an email list, it also means that you really don't have an online business, right? You're not making the kind of money, you're not using the kind of opportunity that you could be making. So like I said, if you don't have that yet, by the time we're done here, you're going to be empowered to have everything you need to have an email list. But if you already have an email list, then I'm going to make sure that by the end of this presentation, you're going to be empowered to triple that list size using what I'm going to teach you today, right? And as a reward for all being here with me, I really appreciate that. I got a gift for you, all of you as well. So if you stay until the end, you're also going to get Uptin. That's a WordPress plugin that we haven't even started selling yet. It is basically it turns your WordPress site into a list building machine. So you can add pop-ups, fly-ins, blog posts, inline, all kinds of opt-in forms onto your WordPress site. And you're going to get it for free if you stay around until the very end. That's just my gift because I know everyone is busy, and you're all here with me live on this call, and I just really appreciate that. So I figured that's the least I can do, right? So just so you know, someone asking, this is for B2B as well as B2C, business to business as well as business to consumer. So in return, I'm going to ask you for your attention. So I want to ask you whether you can turn off all your distractions like cell phone and Facebook, because I know that if you're an online marketer or you're a business owner and you're serious about growing your business by building a massive email list, then the next 60 to 90 minutes are going to change your life, going to change your business. That's what I promised you, because I've seen it happen so many times over, and that's what I'm planning for you and your business as well. Now, first of all, real quick, why am I so obsessed with list building? I mean, all I'm talking about here is just how to build up your email list. Well, some of you might already know this if you've been following me online. I've been working online since 2002, right? So I tried and tested pretty much every traffic strategy out there. I'm a bit of a nerd, if I'm going to be, I can admit to that. So I pretty much tested every traffic strategy. And at some point, I got pretty good at Google AdWords, right? So that's just the same as Facebook, right? But then at Google, you spend money and you get traffic. So I started doing really well with that, relatively speaking. I was 18, 19 years old, something like that. And I was making around $50,000 a month, which at that time was like awesome, right? And I remember, and I remember this very vividly actually, AdWords shut down my account overnight. So I went back to zero literally overnight. And I can laugh about it now, but I was not able to laugh about it back then. Now I'm not going to bore you with my life story, but basically that happened to me multiple times where I just had to start over from scratch because my traffic suddenly just disappeared and I had to start all over again. And that's when I realized that I need to have an audience to rely on, right? An audience that you can always send a message to. So that's when I started building up my very first email list. And I remember that I collected a couple thousand email addresses for the very first time. Some of you might even have been on that inside of those email addresses, right? But at some point, like, I never really used it. I just built up a couple thousand email addresses, and at some point, I sent out an email that someone could that basically sold something, and I had no idea how to sell something. It was more like an email, say, in which I said something like, "Hey, if you wanna buy it, you can if you want, but if not, no worries." Like, I was nothing salesy. I didn't know how to sell or anything like that. So I sent out the email and I did $10,000 in sales within 24 hours. And that to me just blew my mind. It quite literally changed my life, because for me, it's not even about the money or about anything like that. But what's for me even more important, and this could be different for everyone here, like everyone has their own way of looking at life. But for me, it removed a lot of stress, because now I knew I had an audience to rely on. Now I knew that whatever would happen to my traffic, I would always have my email list to rely on. And in fact, all of you are here because I sent you an email, or actually multiple emails, right? That's how it works. I send you an email, I ask you and invite you to this webinar, and you're here. I didn't have to spend money on Facebook ads, I didn't have to do any of that, because I already have an audience to rely on. So for me, it reduces a lot of stress just knowing that that I have that in place in my business, right? So that's why I'm so obsessed with list building. Now, to me, a list-based business, that's what I call it, a list-based business, is the greatest lifestyle business that you can build. I mean, you can run it from anywhere in the world. You can sort of make money on demand. And I hate to say it like that, because all the marketers are always saying like, oh, you can make money on demand. That's rubbish, right? We're in business, you have to work for it. But it sort of works like that. You can just send out an email and you already have the traffic, you already have the audience, and you can sell something if you have something for sale, right? But most importantly, you can everything you do in the future becomes incredibly easy because you have an audience to rely on, right? Now, let me just check chat right now, because I see some people who have. Could you all let me know whether you can still hear me? Just doing a quick check, because I got some people saying they did not. Just want to make sure everyone is here in the chat with me, and awesome. All right, so good to know. So it was just one or two people then. All right, so in that case, I can just keep on going. So yeah, for me, a list-based business is really the greatest business that you can have these days, right? I love it, and I'd highly recommend it to anyone who wants to be in an online business. Now, real brief, who's talking? I'm assuming that most of you already know me because obviously you're on my email list. But yeah, my name is Wilco de Kraai, and I'm from the Netherlands, as you can all tell by my by my accent. Apologize for that. But I started selling online in 2002, and I've been a full-time online entrepreneur for over 10 years now. And right now, I own multiple multi-million-dollar businesses that mainly rely on email traffic. And if you're on my list, you know this, right? I send you emails, and that's how it pretty much works. So as you probably all know, these businesses are Connect.io as well as UpViral. And on a more personal note, I love to travel. So I actually did the math. Traveled in 33 countries over the last couple of years alone, and over the last 8 years, I've been abroad for 32% of the time, which tells you two things about me. First of all, I love to travel, like I said. Secondly, I'm a nerd because I calculate everything. I'm just a bit of a nerd. So anyway, I'm actually flying out to Liverpool tomorrow, so yet another trip, which is awesome. Anyway, that's enough about me. So on the top right hand side, you'll see me together with my now wife, just a few days before I asked her to marry me. And on the bottom picture, you'll see me together with my coach and mentor and friend, Russell Brunson. So why I created this training? Let's dive into the good stuff. Why I created this training is because for a long time I've been building up my email list like this. What I did is I sent some kind of a traffic source. Doesn't really matter what it is. Google AdWords, SEO, Facebook ads, whatever it is. I send that traffic into some kind of an opt-in form, right? For example, a sidebar widget on my blog, or a full page, sign-up page, whatever it is. I send traffic into some kind of an opt-in form, and then it goes to the thank you page. Maybe do an offer there, but that's basically what I've done for a long time. Now, let me ask you, who's currently doing it like this? Who's currently sending some kind of traffic into some kind of an opt-in form in order to build their list? Let me know in the chat right now. Yeah, exactly. And this is what I've been doing for a long time as well. And it's good, right? It works, but it's not great. It's good, but it's not great. Because the problem is with this that if you 100% rely on the traffic, and I'm going to explain that in just a second. So fortunately, I discovered how to do it the smart way. And that's how I like to call it, the smart way. I'm not saying that I'm smarter than anyone. I like to think that it's a bit smarter than the standard way of doing it. And because of that, I've grew my email list more than in the last 12 months than in the 5 years prior to that. So I used to grow my business around 20 to 30% per year, which is fairly good. But over the last 12 months, I literally more than quadrupled my business. By now it's even a bit more. And all of that is because I built my email list up this fast. A lot of you actually who are here on this call will probably have seen this in action because you're on my email list because of it. And best of all, this is all done using a traffic strategy that cannot be shut down and does not rely on paid traffic. Now, once again, I know how much it changed my life and my business. So that's what I want for all of you as well as my followers, my audience. And that's why we're all here on this call here. So obviously I want to make clear, I don't want to be one of those guys who makes all kinds of big claims or whatnot. I mean, it's rubbish, right? I want to make sure that you know that, like if I'm saying like, oh, this is doing this and this, I'm not saying all the results here are typical. I always want to make sure, like some people, they just make promises like, yeah, you press the green button and all of a sudden money flows out of your machine or your computer or whatever. Like if someone is telling you that, close the webinar right now. I mean, that's rubbish, right? You always, like what we're doing here is we're building a business, and in every business you need to work, right? That's just the way it is. I just want to be fully transparent and clear on that. Just it's the obvious thing to say, right? But I just want to make clear we're on good terms here. So what we're going to talk about today is the 3 secrets. I called it the three secrets because I'm a marketer, and I like it to call it the 3 secrets, or you can call it the 3 bullet points. It doesn't really matter. In any case, we're going to talk about 3 things. And the first secret, I call a looping. And this is something that every business should have in their business, right? This immediately increases the amount of leads that you're getting into your business, and all it takes is 2 simple lines of code. And using these loops that you can add, you'll be easily able to double the conversion rates on all of your opt-in forms while getting higher quality leads at the same time. So that's what we're going to talk about inside the section looping. Then the second secret is what I call the multiplier. And this is something that will actually quite literally multiply your email list. So this is something that, well, let's call it this way. Some of the so-called gurus, they've been teaching something that seems great, but it's actually a very risky thing to do. And I'm going to tell you what that is, and more importantly, how to fix it in a few seconds. And when you apply this, you'll be able to multiply the amount of leads that you'll be getting at an instant. And yes, I can and I will prove that to you as well. And then in the third secret, we're going to talk about what I call zero incentive. This is actually my favorite. So you guys and girls definitely need to see this one. This is the fastest way I've ever seen anyone build an email list in any niche without having to spend a dime on advertising. So if I wanted to start building a list in the next 10 minutes or so in a certain niche, whatever, dog trading, health niche, B2B niche, personal development, golf niche, whatever it is, you name it, you can do it right away. You don't even need a lead magnet or existing traffic to get started. All right? So that is what we're going to talk about. Who's excited? I know I am. So I hope I'm not too energetic. Sometimes when I'm too excited, I tend to talk too fast. So I'll do my best to keep the pace down a little bit. It's just that if I talk about stuff that really excites me, I tend to go too fast. I'll do my best. So let's dive into the first section, which is called looping, right? So like I said, this is how I used to do it. Send traffic into some kind of an opt-in form and then, do a thank you page or an offer, for example. The problem is, what if the traffic stops? This is like the worst case scenario, right? What if the traffic stops? For example, there's an algorithm change, or your sites are not ranking in Google anymore, or an ads account is being shut down, or maybe it's just because the ad costs are too expensive and it doesn't actually cover what you're getting back in return. Whatever it is, as soon as the traffic stops, you are not getting any leads anymore, right? That's obvious, right? No traffic, no leads. That's pretty obvious, and that's the worst case scenario. Now let's look at the best case scenario. I actually looked up some numbers, and if you have a sidebar widget, the average is that the average conversion rate for a sidebar widget is 0.94%, just a little bit below 1%. A welcome mat, so that's the one that sort of scrolls on top of your site, the average is 1.76% according to SumoMe. And then a full landing page, a lead capture page, according to Leadpages, converts on average 20 to 25%. Of course, you can push that, or like if you have a targeted one, you can push that to like 40 or 50, but like average will be 20 to 25% conversion rate on a full width lead capture page. And that's sort of the best case scenario. So for every person that you send over, 20 to 25% actually enters their email address. The rest of the people will not. So in other words, you send in 100 visitors, just as an example, you send in 100 visitors and you get 25 email subscribers as a return out of it. That's pretty obvious. Doesn't need a genius to understand that. So who wants to double their opt-in conversion rates? Who wants me to show a trick so you can actually double your opt-in conversion rates? Of course, awesome. Appreciate that. So yeah, who doesn't want that, right? So here's an experiment that I did a couple years back. So at some point, I did exactly this. I had traffic, I sent it into an opt-in form, but on the thank you page, what I did was I added a so-called share to get button. So people enter their email address, and then I believe this was for an ebook, like people opted in to download an ebook. And then I had some unreleased chapters, like some hidden chapters, and they would actually be able to get those extra chapters if they shared it on Facebook. So there was I think I got it from, I don't know where I even bought that plugin. Was it like a WordPress plugin? It was like share to get, right? So people literally click on the share button, share it on Facebook, and if they share that message that they shared would actually point back to the opt-in page, to the opt-in form, so their friends would then be able to click that and sign up as well. So and right after they shared it, immediately they got the download link to those unreleased chapters. So they just share it once, and then they get access to those unreleased chapters. Now, do you think this was a major success? Do you think this was like, wow, I'm getting so many shares and traffic, and this was like the best thing in the world? Well, that's what I was hoping for, but the answer was actually no. It was not the best thing in the world. The results were sort of okay, I guess. So I got over 100 shares within the first week, which obviously is pretty cool, at least especially for that time. I'd never built up an email list before, so getting 100 shares for me was like, this is awesome. But at the same time, it was also, I didn't get the kind of results that I was actually hoping for. I was hoping that it would actually blow up. So that didn't happen, but I got enough extra subscribers to at least get my attention. So I dove in deeper, and I saw some flaws that I needed to fix, right? Some issues that I needed to fix in this setup. Because what I noticed is that some people, they shared it on their Facebook wall, and right after they got that download link, right? So right after, they deleted the actual message on their Facebook, because all they wanted to have is that download link, and they didn't really want to share, right? Some people just shared it on a fake account, like on an empty Facebook account. And even if they did share it and they didn't delete it, even if they did do that, they were not really trying to convince their friends to sign up. All they did was share the pre-written message that I had. So, for example, I'm from the Netherlands, and I saw people just share the standard English message while all of their friends are Dutch. So every one of their friends would know, like, this is not them. Like, this is just a marketing message, and they wouldn't even click on it. So people didn't really, they just shared the pre-written message, and even, and even after they shared it, they only shared it once. They're not going to share it multiple times because, they already had what they wanted. And then I realized that there's actually a company who had figured this out. And I'm pretty sure every one of you know this. So who here recognizes this company? And tell me what company this is. Exactly, Dropbox. Now, what I want you to ask yourself is like, how did you ever hear of Dropbox? Like, where did you actually hear from Dropbox? My guess is exactly right. Exactly. My guess is that you got it from a friend, because what they did it actually real clever. At some point, they sort of had issues growing. They were not profitable, and they weren't sure how to get more customers in. And at that point, they gave every one of their current users, they gave them all their own unique invite link, and that link automatically kept track if someone also signed up for Dropbox, right? And just for those who don't know what Dropbox is like a cloud-based storage space for your online files and things like that. And what they did is, hey, they gave everyone their own unique invite link, and they said that every single time one of your friends signs up through your invite link, you are going to get extra storage in your Dropbox account. In other words, you're going to get extra value from us if your friends actually sign up. So for every single time one of your friends signs up, you will get extra value in your account. And because of that, just because of this strategy, just by making sure that basically turning their current audience into peers, current audience into, an army of people desperate to promote Dropbox, they went from 100,000 users to 4 million users in just 15 months time, just because people started promoting them everywhere. They started to, they didn't just share, but they really started to convince their friends, like, oh, you need to subscribe. Because they knew that if their friends would subscribe to their link, they would get something of value. In this case, extra storage, right? So that's what Dropbox did. And I just loved it. So when I saw that, I realized that those personal invite links made all the difference, right? Because those personal invite links, those tracking links, they give a sense of accountability, right? Because now all their users, they have the exact same goal as you have, to get their friends to sign up. It's not just about sharing, it's about getting their friends to actually subscribe. And because of that, people are sharing it at multiple places, not just on Facebook, but also on Twitter, via by email, on forums, on blogs, wherever they can find people who might be willing to subscribe. Also, people started to share their links multiple times, not just today, the day after, next week, whatever. They kept on promoting it because they knew they would get more value in return. And also, they would try to convince their friends in their own voice. So, for example, I remember I was actually, I was spreading it here in the Netherlands with my friends, and I didn't use a pre-written English message. I actually did it in Dutch. Like, hey, for those who are Dutch, schrijf hierin, het is super tof. And that was a little bit of Dutch. Sorry for that. But anyway, I tried to convince my friends in my own voice, in my own language, and my friends would know it's actually from me, and I'm actually recommending that tool. And why? Because I have the same goal as that company had, in this case Dropbox. So such an invite link system, it makes all the difference, right? So there's actually quite a few companies who have done something similar. So for example, Harry's, they did the exact same thing. You could enter your email address, and then this is before they even launched, and then every single person who subscribed, they would get their own unique invite link, and you were then able to unlock something of value the more of your friends also signed up for that exact same system, and those people would then subscribe, etc., etc. So Tim Ferriss actually wrote a blog post about it. It's actually a pretty awesome article, so highly recommend it. And he described how those people, so Harry's, how they got over 100,000 email subscribers in just 1 week because of this exact system, right? People got their invite links, started promoting it. Those people got their invite links, started promoting it, etc., which is pretty awesome. And this is exactly what this is all about, right? So if you have traffic and you send them into your opt-in form, and then on the thank you page, just like how Harry's did it, you promise them something of value, right? You promise them something of value, and you give them their own unique invite link, and you say, for example, hey, if let's say 3 people subscribe through your link or 5 people subscribe through your link, you're gonna get X, Y, or Z. You're gonna get that thing of value, but only if your friends actually sign up. Now, let's say you have a 25% opt-in ratio. You send in 100 people. It means that 25 people initially sign up, and let's say from those 25 people, 5 people think like, wow, I want to do this. I want to get that thing. And those 5 people are going to get 5 of their friends to sign up as well. The result is that now from the original 100 visitors, you have now 50 email subscribers without making any other change, just by adding a viral loop into your site or after your opt-in form, right? Does that make sense? And you can use this exact same system on any opt-in form that you might have, right? You can use this on a sidebar widget. You can use this on a webinar sign-up page, on a 3-part video launch sequence, wherever you are gathering email leads. After that, you can actually get people to promise them something of value if they get their friends to subscribe as well. That's what the loop is all about. Now, all the major companies are doing it. I mean, I just took some screenshots. Uber is doing it. Airbnb is doing it. Evernote is doing it. I mean, why? Because it plain works. It works, and it works like clockwork, right? And best of all, and this is maybe even my favorite part. I mean, you know what happens when someone gets referred by a friend? You know what happens? I've done the research, and 92% of people trust recommendations from a friend more than any form of advertising. And because of that, they're 77% more likely to buy. And even better, once they buy, their lifetime value is 16% higher, which is all true, right? I mean, when something is recommended by a friend, we're significantly more likely to actually buy instead of spending hours on research or competitor shopping. We just go with a friend's recommendation. And I mean, the conclusion is that wouldn't it be great that what would happen if you can generate this kind of word of mouth around your business? That would be awesome, right? I mean, it's not just that you get more traffic, it's you get better traffic as well. People who already trust you before they even clicked on your link because they've been referred by a friend to you instead of to some kind of an advertisement, for example. And that's really, when I started digging more into this, I really came to the realization that viral hacking rocks. I call it viral hacking because we're sort of hacking virality. We're not just hoping that someone is going to share it. We're actually giving them an incentive. We're saying, hey, if you get, for example, 5 of your friends subscribe, we will give you something of value. We will give you this or that, right? And this way we are, in my words, hacking virality, and that's why I call it viral hacking. So when I sort of realized all of this and I started doing more research on this, I even did my a master degree on viral marketing. That's how obsessed I was. This was back in 2010, 2011, 2010. Yeah. So after I realized all of that, I went looking of how to do that, right? And I realized that the only way to set up a system like this is to spend thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars to get something like this custom built. So yeah, that's what I did. I was so convinced this is like the way to go. So we created an online platform, which most of you already know, right? We created UpViral. It's been around for a couple of years already. And this is a system that handles all of this from A to Z in a way that everyone can do it, right? You don't have to be a techie. It's all super easy to use. It's all it's made for people, just so you can put it into any kind of business or into any kind of website, no matter how you want it. So we started building the system, and in the very first, like even before UpViral got a shape or form, even before we even called it UpViral, I had like a little test put out. It was back in 2012, and I created a simple 2-page site using this exact formula, right? So first page, an opt-in page, people enter their name and email address. Second page is like a thank you page where I say, hey, awesome, share this with your friends, here's your link, and if you share it with enough people, you will get access to this thing that you want to have, right? And I never did any promotion other than getting it out there on day one, and I didn't touch it since 2012, right? Now, normally what would happen is if you have for example, a Facebook ad campaign, or you have, you're working on your Google rankings. If you do something online, especially for those who've been around for a while, if you do something online, the chances of something that's working today that it still works next year is pretty much slim, right? So if you would, what do you guys think that happened? If I put something up in 2012, what would happen with that, for example, a year later, right? Would it still work? Right? Well, yep. So first of all, here's a screenshot of Google Analytics. As you can see, it's I took that recently, a couple of weeks ago, and as you can see, this 2-page site, we got traffic over 661 referrals. So that means 661 different websites. And just so you know, so if people share it on Facebook, that's one site, or actually 2. Facebook, for some weird reason, they have like the mobile and the normal one separately. Anyway, so Facebook is 1 or 2 sources. Twitter is 1. Pinterest is 1, and altogether we got 661 referrals. Why? Because people started to promote this everywhere they could, not just on Facebook and Twitter and the main social media platforms, but also on their site. And they started to post it on forums and on blogs and all of that. And because of that, like people saw the page, and I'll show you the screenshot in just a little bit. But people saw it, they signed up, they got the link, and then they started sharing that. And because of that, new people saw it for the very first time, and they're like, "Oh, this is awesome! I want to sign up." They got the link, and this cycle, this loop, kept on going on forever. Like, it's still going on, not as much as you'll see that it was more in 2013. But I mean, I've never seen something, anything online basically that is working consistently year after year like this. So as you can see, I made some screenshots on Twitter as an example, starting back in 2012 all the way to 2017. So the case study, some of you might have actually subscribed because of it. It was called WordPress WP Pinner. It's not available anymore because Pinterest made some changes, but basically it was going to be a WordPress plugin. People signed up, and then they got like this incentive to like, hey, invite it with your friends, and then you get earlier access, and that resulted in over 25,000 subscribers, right? Which I think was pretty awesome. This is all still pre-viral, and all of that is because of this loop, right? So sending traffic into an opt-in form, and afterwards you're going to say, hey, you will get something of value if you actually share this with your friends. And because of that, those people are going to subscribe, and then those people are going to subscribe, and those people, like, you get the point, right? It keeps on going on and on and on. And for me, it's really like getting a continuous return on a one-time investment, because once you actually set it up and once it's actually going viral, it will just keep on going. So that's my point here, that if you anywhere in your business, you are building up your list, and if anywhere in your business you have an opt-in form, you need to make sure that behind that opt-in form, you add in a loop like this. Like, give every subscriber their own unique invite link, bribe them with an incentive to get their friends to sign up. For example, hey, get 3 of your friends to subscribe to unlock X, Y, or Z. And this could be anything, right? This could be an ebook, could be a cheat sheet, could be video training, a mind map, templates, swipe file, access to a members area, discount coupons, case study, early access to a software, free consultation, whatever it is, something of value, something that they want to have, right? And that way, the only way to get it is to actually get their friends to subscribe. And this way, you turn every subscriber into promoting your site or business for you, right? Now you're not just a subscriber, now they actually have the incentive to start spreading the message about your business and your website for you. And this works in every niche, every market, B2C, B2B, local business, e-commerce, you name it. The only exception is where this does not work if you are in something that people just do not want to talk about. Like, if you are in some kind of more like sensitive subject like, I don't know, adult, like pornography or things like that, that is really hard to go viral because people don't want to talk about it. Anything else, this works like clockwork, right? So that brings me to the second secret, which is called the multiplier. I mean, the multiplier is all about, basically, let's put it like this. Some people in this industry, they've been telling, like, you need to copy what others are doing, right? You need to look at other funnels and see what they're doing. Now, the problem is that when you copy a funnel, when you look at that, what makes you think that the person whose funnel you're actually copying doesn't have mistakes in it? I mean, what makes you think that that's actually the perfect funnel? I mean, copying funnel is good, but it ain't great, right? I mean, you might be copying mistake after mistake after mistake, right? Now, what if I would actually show you a legitimate way that's going to take you less than a minute to set up and statistically prove it's going to multiply your email list size and your business along with it for years to come? Is that 1 minute or heck? Let's make it a 10-minute trick. Are those 10 minutes worth it? Is 10 minutes of your time a good investment if that will multiply your email list size? Now, obviously, that's a yes, right? Now, the problem is that we've all become lazy. And yes, for a while, there was actually me included. But the problem is that it's actually costing you a lot more than you think. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about this real scary thing called split testing. I mean, it sounds like a lot of hard work, but especially if you're using UpViral, it's incredibly easy to set up. And before I'll show you how to do it, I want to dive into some numbers first, because I really want you to understand how important this is especially when you're using the viral loop. Especially when you're using the viral loop. It's so much more important than you might actually think. So I have to go through some numbers with you. I hope it's not too boring, but it's really, really, really important that you get this, right? So in the old situation, so this would be, if you would just send people into an opt-in form. In the old situation, let's say you do a split test, and let's say you create 2 different opt-in pages, and you randomly divide, like every visitor, you send them randomly to 1 or to number 2 or A or B. So after a while you'll see, all right, so one is actually converting at 25%, the other one is converting at 35%, right? So with option A, if you send 100 visitors to both, you would get 25 subscribers. With the bottom one, you will get 35 subscribers. Not rocket science. In other words, you would have, just by split testing and by finding that opt-in page B is actually better, you would get 10 extra subscribers from every 100 visitors. And that's actually a 40% improvement. And a 40% improvement, it's good, but I can also sort of see why people are sort of lazy about this, because 40% extra is good, but it's not always as mind-blowing as, like 40% is good, but it's not like, there's other things you can do as well, right? So the thing is that once you start adding the viral loop into it, like this, so once you actually start split testing 2 different opt-in pages, for example, to see which opt-in page converts best, and you also start testing which thank you page gets more people to share. One thank you page, you put it in certain words, a certain percentage of people might think, oh yeah, I'm going to share this with my friends. But who says that is actually the best way to persuade your audience? Maybe another way of putting your words together, or maybe a different layout of the page, might actually persuade people better. And maybe that a second thank you page, the share page, might actually be more persuasive and get more people to actually start sharing with their friends, right? And the thing is that, because if you start split testing both of these things, both the opt-in page and the thank you /share page, the results are literally exponential. Let me show you that to you. So let's say you split test 2 opt-in pages, and I hope I'm not boring you to death. I'm doing my best to get this over real quick, but once again, this is important. So let's say you split test the opt-in page. One is converting at 25, the other one at 35%. And let's say you also split test the thank you page. So one page might, for example, convince 10% of people to share. So from everyone who actually subscribes, 10% of those people says, yes, I'm going to share this with my friends. I'm going to share this and put it on my Facebook, my Twitter, etc. But another page, which is actually has a different way of describing it, 20% of people decides to share it. So it's actually 20% of people actually shares that from whoever signed up. Now, if you look at the numbers, first of all, actually a good question. How much do you think this would improve? I want you to add it in the chat right now, A, B, C, or D. Do you think this added a 60% improvement, a 90% improvement, a 210% improvement, or something else, right? Because as you can see, first one, we went from 25 to 35%, right? So that's already 10% extra, or 40% or compared to 25%. And the other one is actually 50% higher, like from 10% to 20%. How much do you think the total improvement would actually be, right? I see a lot of C's, B's, various people. Yep, well, let me just show you. In the new situation, let's say you just went for the 25%, right? I want you to think about this in cycles. So let's say you send 100 people to that opt-in page, 25 of those people actually subscribe, which means you get like 10% shares, which means you get 2.5 shares. Obviously there's no way to get half a share, but just to run the numbers, right? So you will get 2.5 shares. And I just took the average that every time someone shares it, it will get you 20 new visitors. So every single time someone shares it, you'll get 20 visitors. That's just a ballpark number right now, just as an example. So in other words, because of that, you get 50 new visitors. And then those visitors, those 50 people, they sign up as well. So 25% opt-in means 13 leads. And then 10% shares is 1.3 share, which means another 26 visitors. So as you can see, it goes in a loop, like it goes into those cycles. And every single time it becomes less and less. You'll get extra traffic, but it's getting lower and lower. So altogether, those 100 visitors resulted in 47 leads instead of the 25 that you got initially, which is almost double, which is good. Right? It's good. But let's have a look at the other situation, the 35% opt-in, and you get 20% to share. In this case, you send in 100 people, 35% subscribe, which means that you get 35 subscribers. And then 20% of those people shares it, which means you get 7 shares, still 20 visitors a share, roughly, yeah, on average, which means you get 140 visitors. So those 140, they subscribe, 49 leads, they share it, etc. Now you get 200 new visitors. And as you can see, now it starts to go up and up. 200 people, 70% of those people, 70 people actually subscribe, 14 shares, which means 280 visitors. And as you can see, it keeps going up and up. And altogether, even after just 4 cycles, even though it would actually go on longer than that, but even after just 4 cycles, those initial 100 visitors resulted in 252 leads and counting. It keeps on going up. It keeps on going up. So there's actually a bit of a trick question. It was actually answer D, something else, because that's actually an infinitive improvement. There's no way you can actually calculate it because it will actually keep on going up. Now, why is that? How can that happen? I mean, it sounds good on paper, but how is it even possible, right? Now, when every person refers, on average, one new person, like one or more new persons, something magical happens. As soon as every one person refers on average just over one new person, something magical happens. And that is what's called the viral coefficient. And this basically means that how many people are, how many people are being referred by every single person on average. And if that is below 1, so you see the blue line, it's actually 0.8. It's below 1. So every single person on average refers to 0.8 new people, right? New persons. It's sort of like a flat line. It grows, but that's about it. If it's exactly 1, it sort of grows a little bit faster, but that's about it. As soon as if that is over 1, as soon as on average, for example, every person refers on average 1.2 new people, that's when all the magic happens, because that's when it's actually going exponential high. So that's when it actually goes viral, and it will keep on going faster, and faster, because every single time, 1 leads to 1.2, 1.2 leads to etc. You get the point, right? 100 goes to 200, 200 goes to 400, etc., etc. So that's really what the magic is here. The magic is really to get that viral coefficient, to get that average number of people just over 1. And as soon as it's just over 1, everything changes. So in that top example, the average is actually 0.5. So in that example, every single person coming into that funnel on average results in 0.5 new people into the funnel. So that's not going viral. The bottom one, it's actually every single person coming into the funnel is results in 1.4 new people into the funnel. So more than 1. And that is why the results are exponential. As soon as you're over the tipping point, everything changes. And that's why split testing in this example is so much more important than it was in the old situation. Now the results are just, now it actually is worthwhile. So let me show you real quick how that's done inside of AppViral. So I'm just gonna open up AppViral for you so you can see how it actually works. So let me just open up. So this is AppViral. I hope you can see it. So I'm going to create a campaign. So this is the system that we are using to create these kind of viral referral campaigns. So first thing you need to do is I'm just going to call it test webinar. Test webinar. Let's see, what date is it? Is it the 20th of April? That's why not 20th April, right? So I'm just going to show you how easy it is. So the first thing you need to do is decide whether you want to run everything on AppViral or whether you want to embed a widget on your own side. In this case, I'm just going to create a lead capture page on AppViral itself. So I can then pick a template that I want to use. Let me just go for this one, for example. So normally you would just create a lead capture page and you would promise something. I'm not going to go through all the trouble to set this all up. I just want to give you a bit of an example. So you can obviously change everything. You can just type in here. It's really just, you can add images and whatever you want. Add custom fields, for example, if you want to have a multiple choice question or you want to collect more data right here. For now, I'm just going to press save. This is just like any other tool. You create an opt-in page, right? Now the thing is that if you want to split test this page, you know how easy it is. A lot of the tools, it's quite hard. All you need to do here is just now I've created one lead capture page. All you need to do is click on create new lead capture page. So maybe I want to try out a different template. Maybe I want to try out, I don't know, maybe the video, just as an example, right? Change the title. You can change the title, add some images, change the video, whatever it is. Once again, I don't want to keep you all too long here. I just want to get to the point. But all I need to do now is just create 2 pages. And right now, what's going to happen is every single time someone is going to this campaign, they will either see this one or they will see this one, and Vyral will automatically keep track which one will get the highest opt-in conversion rates, right? So automatically we'll track all of that. You can just go to split test and you'll see an overview of exactly what is the winner of this one. Now, same thing, like after people subscribe, once again, you want to add a viral loop, right? So you want to create the social share page. So let me just, for example, this one, just as an example. This is where you will get where you can incentivize people to share with their friends. So you can describe like, hey, you're gonna get this and this. I'm gonna give you an example and just a little bit as well of how you could describe it. But here's where you would actually give them, promise them something of value. They would get their own unique invite link, and you can decide which social networks you want to use. Maybe you don't want to use Pinterest. Maybe you want to use WhatsApp, for example. Whatever it is, you can do it. Now I'm going to save this. And automatically, Vyral is going to keep track how many people actually do that, how many people actually subscribe, how many leads they referred. It's going to do all of that. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's all taken care of. But what's cool, and that's what I'm just talking about, also, if you want to split test this page, all you need to do is just create a second page. Maybe you want to use, for example, this one. We've got a bunch of templates right here. Where you can just, you can change everything how you want it. You can have some different social sharing buttons. You can have a different way to describe it. Everything is highly customizable. It works in any language. I'm from the Netherlands as well, so obviously that was important for me as well. So it doesn't matter which language you're in. And now, because I've created 2 thank you pages, 2 social share pages, automatically every single time someone subscribes, they're going to see one of these 2 pages automatically. And once again, Vyral is going to keep track. What's the percentage of people that actually shares if they've seen this page? And what's the percentage of people that's going to share once they've seen this page, right? And this way, this is how we get forced virality. This is how you can actually optimize it to the point where every single person refers more than one person to you back in return, and you will actually get virality, right? So let me just go back to the presentation. Let me just do a quick thing. Tech issues, just 1 second. It's always fun if you're doing it live. Right now, because I'm also recording it, my Mac says that my hard drive is full, so I'm gonna delete a 30 gigabyte file. Sorry for that, and it's done. So I just needed to remove that to make sure I can actually record all of this. Hopefully it did not mess it up. So here's an example of a case study I did. So some of you might have seen this actually. It's called Tweetlead. I had like a one page was like an opt-in page, and then once people signed up, they would then get the thank you page where I got like, hey, I want to skip waiting and get instant free access, and then get 5 friends if you get 5 of your friends to sign up, and you will get early access, right? Now, the thing is, I didn't know what the best way would be to get people to actually convince them that they need to share. So I tested out 2 different thank you pages. On one of them, I said, hey, do you want free lifetime access to Tweetlead? And on another page, as a split test, I said, hey, want to skip waiting and get instant free access? Now, let me know 1 or 2 in the chat. Which one do you think won? Which one do you think got more people to actually share? Give me a 1 or a 2 in the chat right now. I see people on both ends actually. Oh, sorry. It seems that some people are not seeing my page. I'm doing it. That's all the tech issues. It's so fun, right? My apologies. And you should see my page again. My apologies. So here's what the split test is all about. I hope I'm not causing any trouble for you that you had to wait for that. Anyway, so here are the two examples: one, free lifetime access to Tweetlead, or want to skip waiting and get instant free access. And this, the thing is that the second one more than doubled the amount of shares. The bottom one more than doubled the amount of shares, and I think it's because it's more of a social thing. Like the top one is more like commercial, like free lifetime access. Like it sort of feels like they're being sold to. But if they want to skip waiting and get instant free access, it sort of feels like, hey, now I'm beating anyone else, right? Now I'm beating all the others who are waiting in line, and I can get earlier access. And that's more of a social thing. That's my theory of why it works. In any case, it doesn't really matter why it works. What matters is that it worked. I got more than double the amount of shares just by split testing that thank you page right there. That's all I did. And that's really what helped me to tip this campaign over the edge to make sure it actually went viral. So I also added in something real quick. So basically, do you want to know how I got people to share the message 2.6 times on average? So whoever shared my message on social media, on average, they shared it 2.6 times instead of just once. Now, want to know how I did it? Using what I call the 2.6 share multiplier. In other words, email follow-ups, right? So instead of just saying, hey, thank you, you can share it, what I actually did is I sent out email follow-up. So every single time one of their friends signs up, they're going to get an email. Awesome, congrats, you're now one step closer. You only need 4 more people. And inside of that email are one-click share button, so they can immediately share it on their Facebook timeline, right? Or on Twitter or wherever they want to share it. And by getting these kind of emails, which once again it's all done by Viral, right? You don't need to be tech savvy or anything like that. We all handle that for you. But so they're getting continuous reminders, and let's say someone is sharing it and they get 3 people to subscribe, so they get someone to subscribe. Awesome, you only need 4 more. Awesome, you only need 3 more. Awesome, you only need 2 more. Do you think that someone is going to stop sharing because they've already got 3 out of 5? No, they're gonna share it again because they're already halfway there and they know only 2 more people, which is very achievable. But that's why they're gonna share it again. So on average, I got people to share it 2.6 times for this campaign, and that's what makes it even more viral. So let's say you got actually people share it 2 times each. That's just an extra way of boosting virality, and it's super easy to set up. I'll show you that later on as well. So that is my secret viral coefficient booster, as I like to call it. So the result is actually to kickstart this campaign, I bought Facebook ads. I got 416 visitors from Facebook ads, and that's the beauty of Facebook ads. You can literally see how many visitors you got because I paid for it. It was actually close to $450, so it was just over $1 visit. Because obviously in this niche, it was inside the online marketing niche, traffic is not cheap. And as a result of that, I got just over 17,000 subscribers in the first month, which I think was amazing, right? I like the first time I saw it, like, what? And to be honest, the first couple of visitors, it actually did not go viral. It was only after, let me just go back. It was only after I implemented this split test and I decided, hey, this one is actually getting twice as many people to share it. And then I changed it into that one, and that's when it actually took off, because that's when I just went over that tipping point just like I showed you before. So the multiplier is all about split testing both the opt-in page, both the lead capture page and the thank you or the social share page, however you want to call it. And if you split test both of that and you improve both of those, the outcome of those will multiply. Right? And on top of that, what you need to do is add in automated email follow-ups to get people to share it even more. And that's, once again, it's all taken care of by Viral. Now, that brings me to the zero incentive that I wanted to share with all of you as well, which is a strategy that I really like. So just to sort of summarize what we've been talking about so far, right? We talked about the viral loop. So in a nutshell, people enter their email address as the first step. It doesn't matter where it is. Could be on your webinar sign-up page or sidebar widget or wherever you're collecting an email address inside your business or on your site, right? People enter their email address. Then they get their own unique invite link automatically created by Viral. And then you bribe them to share that link with their friends, right? And those people, they're going, then all of the friends, they go into your opt-in form again. So those people are going to enter their email address again, and then those go into the same loop over and over again, right? So you could say, hey, get 3 of your friends to subscribe and you will get X, Y, or Z, which is some kind of an incentive, right? Some kind of a freebie that you have in store for them, right? Now, but what if you don't have a website right now, right? Or what if you don't have any traffic right now to be the first one to actually see that? Or what if you don't have anything to give away right now? What if you don't have something of value that you can give away? What do you do then? Well, there's an answer to that. If you don't have a website, you don't have any traffic, you don't have anything to give away, no worries, because we also have contests. Contest is a real good way to use this and to leverage this without needing to have a contest, without needing to have a website, without needing to have any existing traffic, or needing to have anything to give away. And the beauty of this is it actually takes just a few minutes to set up. And like I said, using the strategy that I'm about to share to you, you don't need to have any existing traffic as well. So I want you to meet Matthew. He's one of our customers, one of the Viral customers. And Matthew was actually planning to start a new business in a new niche himself. And he didn't have any traffic in that niche. He didn't have anything to give away. He didn't have a website. But he actually had a pretty clever way of fixing that. So I just wanted to share how he did it, because I think all of you can learn from that as well. So what he did was he went to Amazon. And he looked for a bestseller product, right? And he looked for a bestseller product because he knew if it's a bestseller on Amazon, it's something that's in demand. It's something that people want to have, right? And because it's a contest, right? Because he's going to do a contest, he only needs to have one prize. So even if 10,000 people would, for example, join his campaign, one person is going to win that prize. So he only needed to buy one, and that's why it's fine to spend, for example, $30 or $20 on a prize, because he knew it was only going to give away one of them, right? Now, step 2, he created a contest using Viral. So everything is handled on Viral. He didn't need to have a website or anything at all. It's all done from within the platform. And what he did was real clever. He said that every single time someone subscribes to his campaign, they get one entry in the contest, so they have one chance of winning. And what's really clever, he said, hey, all right, now you have one entry in the contest, but you know what, every single time one of your friends subscribes as well, you get 20 extra entries in the contest. He could have just said, hey, you got one, and every single time one of your friends subscribes, you get one extra. But that way it's like, all right, one extra, that's cool, that doubles it. But if I have one and if I get 20 extra chances of winning because one of my friends subscribed, so I get 5 of my friends subscribe and I get 100 extra entries compared to one, all of a sudden the amount of value, perceived value that I'm getting from that is suddenly a lot higher. And that makes it a no-brainer to share, because if just 5 people of my friends subscribe, it means I got 101 entries in the contest instead of just one. So I got a way higher chance of winning just by sharing it with my friends, right? So I thought it was genius, and I really like that setup. Now, what he did next is, because obviously he needed to make sure some people saw his contest, right? Some people needed to subscribe as the first, so they could then start spreading the message and spreading the news about this contest. Now, that's where I think Matthew did it brilliant. So what he did was he reached out to various sites and communities inside that same market, right? And he told them, like, hey, if you promote, I'm going to do a contest, and if you promote this to your audience, if you put it on your, I think there were more like communities, like forums, and he said, like, hey, if you promote this to your audience, to your community, then in return, I'm going to, promote your product that you're selling to that whole email list that I'm building with this. And he actually, what I think was genius, he actually reached out to multiple sites at the same time. So he was actually, multiple sites were promoting his contest for him, and then he built up the email list, and then he would then in return would promote him back. But he didn't have an audience to rely on to get started with. So I think it was pretty awesome. So I actually did a call with him, and so I want to share with you basically a video that I recorded while I was on this call. Let me just play that video right now.
Yeah, I've been getting real good results. And, the thing is, Wilco, I've been using, I've always been doing contests probably for the last 4 or 5 years. And I've always seen the value in doing giveaways and contests for different things. So, and, you had a lot of, I wasn't sure if it was hype or what at first, but when I tried it out, I found that it did exactly what I wanted. So far, it's worked very well. And I like the statistics that it tracks and shows the proof of what I'm getting, where before I'd see the entries, but I wouldn't understand exactly why, so yeah, a lot of good things about using your software so far, man.
And can you give us an indication of how many leads or how many email addresses you've collected so far using Enviral? Do you have any idea?
So far we've got over 100,000. I was just looking at my stats. We're at 104,000. So
that's email subscribers, right?
Yeah, that's the actual leads we've collected, and I've only run mainly three contests over the last month.
That is awesome. Starting off without an email list, without having a website, just using Enviral, without an incentive to get started with, and collecting over 100,000 email subscribers within a month. That's, to me, just like, when I heard that, to be quite honest with you, I knew it worked, but to see results like that, I was like, wow, this is awesome. And I just saw people in the chat asking about how do you make sure all those email addresses are like actual leads, actual email addresses. Obviously, Enviral takes care of like fraud detection as well. So we automatically detect if people subscribe multiple times on the same IP and it blocks multiple times. We also have a blacklist of things, and so we keep track of all of that. And just recently, actually, we added a real cool new feature that you can also let people subscribe using their Facebook account. So they actually need to use their Facebook account to subscribe, which means that you're going to get their Facebook verified email address. Plus, there's no way to actually sign up multiple times because they need to have multiple Facebook accounts, which is not easy to get, right? So there's obviously a lot of things we're doing on that. So just getting over 100,000 subscribers in the first month, to me, that's just awesome. So that's why I wanted to bring this up, because building your list using contests, like I said before, initially I talked about giveaways. You give them something of value, and if someone subscribes, for example, 3 of their friends, they would always get that thing, that ebook or that video or whatever it is. But with a contest, you're basically raffling something, and the more friends they've referred to you, the more friends they got to sign up, the higher chance of winning. And this way, you don't need to have a website. You don't need to have a lead magnet, because you can just buy something which you can use as a price. I saw someone asking how much did he spent. I believe he spent like $30 or $40 on the actual price. It's not even about how much it actually costs. It's more about the perceived value. And you also want to make sure that whatever you are giving away as a price is relevant to your audience, because the silliest thing to do would be to, for example, give them an iPad to win, because that's going to attract the totally wrong kind of people, right? You want to make sure you give something away as a price that is, that only your ideal customer wants to have, because obviously the goal is not just to go viral. The goal is to get the right kind of people onto your email list. So if, for example, you are selling, toys for dogs, then obviously you don't want to give away an iPad, because that's going to attract the wrong kind of people. You want to give something away that's only relevant for those who actually own a dog. Something I'm not sure about that niche. Something from the top of my mind, I would just look at Amazon, look at what's popular right there. It's a bestseller, because then you know that only those people who actually own a dog are going to subscribe, and you're going to get the best quality leads that you can get, instead of just getting people on your list who want to have an iPad, right? So using this, you don't need a site, you don't need a lead magnet, you don't need existing traffic to get started as well. Using the trick that Matthew used, but just contacting other sites and do like this swap in promotion, which I think was pretty awesome. And I think it's the easiest way I've ever seen someone build up an email list this fast without having all these things in place. All right, so just to sort of summarize and sort of make sure it's all clear, I want to ask, like, could you see how this could work for you by adding this kind of viral hacking loops into your business, anywhere where you are collecting an email address, sending them over to an incentivized share, basically, and then creating basically an army desperate to promote your site. Everyone who subscribes isn't just a subscriber; they're basically sort of like a potential affiliate, or at least someone who is actually potentially sharing your message all over the web to their friends, with the incentive to get their friends to subscribe as well, right? So this could be a contest, like I just showed you. Contest mainly works well in business to consumer. If you're into business to business, like for example I am as well, I use it a lot in business to business as well. It's usually best to do a giveaway, because inside business to business, people don't really like to do a contest. Win something. It's more like, all right, I want to get something of value, like an info product or a certain course or a certain a cheat sheet or whatever it is. Like, that's what works best in business to business. So it works in all kinds of markets. It just depends on what market you're in, what kind of campaign you want to run, right? So that's sort of like summarize how I did this, right? So how to build up a huge email list without using paid ads. First step is to adding a viral loop through your thank you pages, which leads back into your opt-in pages to make sure people will share the message for you and will go into a loop. Secondly, the multiplier. So in other words, run easy split test on both your opt-in page as well as your share page to multiply your list size immediately. And thirdly, the zero incentive secret, which is to run contests, and you can then, just like Matthew did, get others to promote it as well. The easiest way, I think it's the easiest way to build a highly engaged email list without creating any lead magnets. That's why I call it the zero incentive. All right. So how many of you feel like this right now? I mean, obviously I covered quite a lot already, and I hope I opened your eyes to help you grow your business further. But I also know that for a lot of people that you don't want something vague or theories, but you want to have results right now, right? Now here's the thing: these three secrets that I just shared with all of you are very easy to implement using a viral. So I just want to ask all of you: would it be okay if I spend a couple of minutes to talk about a viral and a special package that I've created? I mean, in the emails, I already mentioned that I'm going to do a demo for a viral 2.0, but I just want to make sure we're good here, and it's fine to also talk about a viral as well. I don't want to assume that it's fine. So I'd appreciate it. Let me just take a quick sip of water while you can provide me with your answer. All right, awesome. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot, actually. I don't want to assume that it's fine to continue without at least asking for it. So appreciate that. So yeah, I want to talk about the viral for a little bit, because viral is the system that we built that handles every aspect of these kind of viral campaigns. And my goal here is to help everyone spread the word and build a huge email subscriber list by adding these kind of viral loops into their businesses, right? And we made it so that it's really easy to set up, while you can also use it in pretty much any way you could imagine. And that's really what our whole core mission was, to keep it super easy to use, but make it also very flexible, so everyone can use it in the way they see fit, sort of. So I call it the ultimate viral referral platform. Once again, it all handles everything. I already showed you this screenshot. So you send one person in, a viral is going to make sure you send 3 back into your business, and that way you're adding like a viral loop into your business, and it handles actually every part of it. So it handles the opt-in page, it handles the links, it automatically sends out rewards, it automatically sends out coupon codes, it automatically picks the winner, it automatically sends the winner notification, it automatically sends other email follow-ups. It does it all inside of that system. So everyone will automatically get their own unique invite link, which we automatically keep track of as well. Nothing to set up for that as well. So you can just, if you, for example, want to use coupons, you can just copy paste all your coupon codes from WooCommerce, Shopify, Amazon, whatever you're using. All works with that as well. You can obviously make sure that whatever is being shared on social media, you're in full control of that. So you decide how it will look on Facebook, how it will look on Twitter, how it will look on Pinterest, how it will look on all these social networks. Real easy. And we obviously, and that's obviously the important part, we integrate with pretty much every autoresponder out there, right? So we currently, I believe we're integrate with like 40. You can also just add in your HTML form, even if all the major ones are already included. We also include Zapier. So for those who are using Zapier, you can use that. You can use a viral with Zapier as well. You get a full statistics dashboard, so you can see, which keeps track of if people are trying to subscribe multiple times and how many people subscribed, all of that. It includes the split testing. It keeps, it handles all of that as well. As I showed you before, all the email notifications, we are sending that out as well. Let's see. You can use it on our site, but you can also embed it into your own website if you want that. And just some things we recently added, and I already mentioned in the email, I want to give you a demo of a Viral 2.0. Now, I want to be completely honest. In a way, I sort of lied. That sounds negative. It's not negative at all, actually. I made it seem like we have a Viral 2.0. The thing is that I'm not sure about you, but every single tool or software who suddenly launches a 2.0 and then they suddenly start charging for people who were on that platform, I just hate it, right? So I made it sort of like, I call it a little bit a 2.0, but it's not officially 2.0 because I don't want to, like, once someone is inside this platform, they're going to always keep all the updates. We're going to always give all the updates we're doing. We're going to add it into their accounts, and we're never going to like, oh yeah, it's 2.0. You need to buy it again or whatever. Like, that's not like, I hate it when people do that. So I would never do that as well. So even though I made it sound like, oh, it's 2.0, it's actually still officially, it's still just viral. But we recently added a lot of features and a lot of improvements on it. It was like the biggest update which we've been working on for a long time. We completely revamped the dashboard, and all our existing users, they automatically got access to it because that's what we do. Every single time we push out an update, which we're constantly doing, we're working with a team of people full-time on UpViral, and all the updates are automatically included. That's obvious, right? So what we did recently is we completely revamped the interface. It's all way easier to use. It's now faster, more powerful to integrate it in all of your existing sites. And it doesn't matter which site you're using. It doesn't matter if it's WordPress, ClickFunnels, Leadpages, Instapage, all of that. Like, as long as you can copy paste HTML onto your site, it will work. You can collect custom fields for those who are more advanced with that. Ask multiple choice questions. We have now WhatsApp sharing, Facebook sign up button, added new templates. There's so much stuff. I think what might actually be good is do a quick demo. Should I do a quick like 5-minute demo when you want to see the inside of UpViral, or should I just continue with the presentation? Let me know in the chat. Oh, right, no worries at all. Let me just open up my screen. Let me just make it a little bit smaller. So this is UpViral, and I want to keep it short. I don't want to take too much of your time, obviously, because I know you're all busy. But I already showed you, so I just created a lead capture page before, 2 pages actually, so you can actually. This is for a split test for the opt-in page, and then basically if you set up a new campaign, and just so you know, you can run unlimited campaigns. When you set up a new campaign, you sort of go through this setup in the left-hand side menu right here. So I think the best thing to do is just quickly go over all the things. And as you can see right here, on every page or a lot of pages, we have video instructions, so you can just click on it, and you will get a video about this page in case you do have any doubts. Or anything at all. So next will be the social appearance. That means that this is where you can drag and drop your image, and you can add a title. You know, this is how it would look on Facebook and on Twitter, an email that people can send out, and a Pinterest image. I'm not going to do that right now. Once again, I want to keep the pace, but you can just drag your images on top of it, and you will see exactly how it would look on Facebook once people start sharing. You can decide how many points you want to give for people signing up, how many points you want to give for example, if they referred someone. So maybe you want to say, hey, maybe you only want to give away points if they actually referred someone. So this is all in a point-based structure. You know, once they actually share it on a certain network. Usually I recommend to give away points only if their friends actually sign up, because that's obviously what you want, right? You want to make sure that your audience has the exact same goal as you have, which is to get their friends to enter their email address as well, right? So then you go to the reward section. This is where you can add a reward. For example, if you want to do a giveaway. So you can say, well, every single time someone gets 3 points, just gonna call it test giveaway, I want to give them, for example, maybe you have a file somewhere already, or maybe you just want to upload a file if you want to have give them an ebook, or maybe you want to send them a coupon, or maybe you have a list of coupons. So this way you can just add, for example, hundreds of coupon codes, and then every single coupon code will be used once, so they can only use it once, and every single person will get their own unique coupon code, however you want to do it. So let's say I just want to, right? So let's say I'm just going to enter google.com I just want to show you how it all works, right? And obviously you can add multiple rewards, right? So after they unlock that, it doesn't have to be the end. You can literally say, well, we got something even cooler, which is like 10 people. So this way you can actually get people to keep on sharing with their friends, right? So especially if they've already got 3 of their friends subscribed, maybe they want to do even more. Now you don't have to add rewards, but you can, and you can add as many as you want. No problem at all. You can also run a sweepstake, which is like a contest, right? So now you can literally say, maybe I want to pick just one winner, or maybe more. I want to do, like, the more points they have, the higher chance of winning they have. And I want to pick a winner automatically, right? I want to pick a winner automatically on a certain date and a certain time. And after they pick the winner, I want to keep the contest open, or maybe I want to close it. And then you can create a page how to look, where it would basically say, well, the contest is over, right? So I just want to. Now we go into the email notifications. So this is where you can set up email notifications, right? So you can say, well, send an email right after registration. And this is pretty cool. So you can say, it's not like the dull kind of email, which is like the same for everyone, right? Because what you can actually do is you can just say, hey, Wilco. So it will automatically personalize it. So you can say, well, you now have, let's say, this points, which means you need how many points to unlock the next reward. Points to unlock next reward. You need X more points to unlock that awesome thing that I promise you. And as you can see, right, you can just personalize this, and this will always be relevant for them. You can include Facebook button, all kinds of buttons right here. And inside the actual email that they will get, there will be a Facebook button, and if they click on it, they will share their unique personal invite link automatically, right? And also, and this is pretty cool, you can also do split test on the emails. So you can actually say, well, I'm not going to add one email, I'm going to add another one, and this way 50% will get this one email, the other one will get the other email, and this way you can also split test which email is actually best. Now you can also send an email, for example, if one of the friends subscribes, if they actually unlock the giveaway, unlocked a certain reward, you can say, hey, awesome, you just unlocked it, but by the way, we have this awesome extra reward. If they won the contest, you can send them an email as well. If they're suspicious fraud, you can send them an email. You can enable double opt-in if you want. So in this case, you can, for those of you who want to do that, people need to confirm their email address first, and this way there's no way they can actually have fake emails, because, or at least it's going to be very hard, right? Obviously, we already keep track of all the IPs and everything that we can sort of find on our end to make sure that no one will ever add a fraudulent email address, but this is basically the foolproof way, because now they can actually, they need to confirm their email address before they will actually be counted. And we have various templates that you can use as well. Now, obviously, you want to make sure all the leads are going into your email autoresponder. So let's just say I'm a big fan of ActiveCampaign myself. So you can just add them to a certain list. You can add tags, for example, if you want to add a certain tag. What's cool is also that, let's say they unlock a certain reward. This is more for the advanced users. You can also say, well, if they unlock that reward, then send over a certain tag to my autoresponder. And this way, on your autoresponder, you already know how many, who actually unlocked a certain reward. You can also send over their personal invite link, so that every single time someone subscribes, we're sending over the invite link to your autoresponder as well. So even in your mass emails, you can send them an email with their own unique invite link included in that email. Once again, it's more for the advanced users, but it's all set up for that as well. As you can see, we've been working on this for years already. So you can use this all on your own domain name as well. You don't have to use your own, so you can just add your own domain name. So all the invite links are going to be yours. You can add any kind of tracking code, tracking pixels, retargeting pixels, all of that. There's some cool extra features right here. And then at the end, you can actually check your actual campaign. Let me just show you that as well. So this is one of the opt-in pages, obviously, because I'm doing a split test. So I sign up, and then I just enter, and you can watch the video. Let me enter, and then I got my own unique invite link. I can share it on Facebook, on Twitter, etc., to get that reward, for which I need 3 points. And then inside of the, I can obviously see all the leads right here. Right now it's just one, because obviously I just signed up. And I can select as a winner if I want to, but you can also just do that randomly. There's obviously a lot of stuff. I don't want to bore all of you too long. I just want to, maybe one thing which is good to know is that you can also send out an email. This is really cool for those who already have an email list. You can literally send out an email to your existing email list with it directly into, basically, even if they have never joined your campaign, you can send them an email directly if they click on the link, they will directly share their own unique invite link. So on the fly, it will generate a unique invite link for every one of your current email subscribers. So basically, you're turning your current email subscribers into an army of people desperate to promote your site or your viral campaign or contest. Whew, that was a quick but also long demo. I hope it's all right. Let me just switch back to my main screen. And while I was talking, I did not, because like I said, I'm not the best at multitasking, so I have not been checking the chat. My apologies. I'll go into Q&A a little bit later, so all the questions I'll do my best to answer them. So I see someone asking about double opt-in. Yes, we have double opt-in. You can add custom fields as well. So someone's asking about, for example, text messages. Well, you can collect custom fields as well, like for example a phone number and things like that. So you can do that as well. We always need to have the email address, right? Someone's asking whether UpViral will show up in his Connect.io dashboard. That's our other business. UpViral and Connect.io, there are two different products, two different businesses. So it's not in the same dashboard. UpViral is in a separate dashboard. But because all of you are here, I also made a special package for all of you who are here with me if you want to get access to UpViral. And if you're going to get access right now, you're going to get unlimited giveaways. So you can do unlimited giveaways with your viral account. You can actually be able to do unlimited contest. You can get unlimited email subscribers. There's not a limit on the amount of email subscribers. You can run unlimited split tests as well, and you can run everything on our platform or add it into your own websites. Once again, also unlimited. Doesn't matter how many sites you have, and also doesn't matter which platform you're using. Well, like I said, WordPress, ClickFunnels, Leadpages, Instapages, you name it. As long as you can add some HTML into your site, this will work, right? That's what you're gonna get. Now, I want to quickly talk about what you don't need anymore, right? One dashboard to manage it. Everything is in one dashboard. It's not in the Connect.io dashboard, but everything of UpViral is inside of one dashboard, right? Now, here's what one of our other customers sent to us as well. Troy said he had only a couple of days left with his promo, and he now tipped over 208,000 subscribers using UpViral. So he got more than 200,000 subscribers using UpViral, and he said that it actually launched his business and possibly changed his life, which is pretty awesome. Michael Koch said that he built up a 30,000 plus email list, responsive email list in a new market in less than 6 months. Travis told me that he collected well over 15,000 subscribers using UpViral. And Paul, he was running a promotion for his congress, like a local event. And he said the results were shocking. He got more than 9,000 leads through this tool in 2 weeks. This is actually, I'm not sure who is actually following Russell Brunson, but I saw this on Snapchat, and I just wanted to play that for all of you as well. So I saw Russell Brunson using UpViral as well a while ago. So I jumped on my phone and I actually recorded the video. And here's the Snapchat of Russell Brunson. Just play that right now.
Steven is about to log in to UpViral to see what happened with SnapFunnels throughout the night. This could be good, it could be bad. We have no idea. What do you think? Is it going to be good or bad?
I think pretty good. Pretty good.
Here's the metrics so far.
All right, we got 203 people that have gotten their reward back. 3,800 people have looked at it. We have 727 shares.
Interesting, John.
Check this out. So like it only says 173 Facebook shares, but there's 727. So we got a lot of other kind of shares.
Check it out. Twitter, LinkedIn.
It's growing.
Awesome. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Russell Brunson myself, and it's just awesome to see that he's been using UpViral as well. He's been using it in multiple of his funnels actually. For those of you who follow me, he just launched his book funnels, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm really that was just awesome to see, right? So some things that you don't need anymore because, like I said, everything is handled inside of UpViral, the pages, all of that. And I always before I had these kind of tools, I always every single time I wanted to create or build a new list and a new niche or anything like that, I needed to hire a designer to get my page ready. So for me, that was usually $400 a page. Now that's what you don't need anymore because you can we have all the templates already included, right? So you don't need to hire a designer for $400 a page. if you're running contests, you don't need to create a free report. I mean, a free report to give away, it's called a free report, but it's not free to you, right? You need to actually pay someone to make the report, or create a lead magnet, or do it yourself, but your time isn't free as well. So that sort of saves, like on average, I looked at my numbers, and every single time I got an ebook written, it usually costed me around $300 a report. So that's like, if you're doing contests, you don't need to get any lead magnet written. You can just do a contest and have just one price instead of having to basically hire someone to create all those lead magnets. Right now, you don't need to have a bunch of different tools. And I actually did the math, like having just a split test tool and doing the email follow-ups and like hacking some tools together to create maybe like an affiliate system or anything like that. Like if you would hack all these tools together to create something similar-ish, not maybe as smooth, but at least similar-ish, it would at least cost you $500 a month based on my calculations. You can do the math yourself as well, but that's what I sort of came up with when I was doing the math. And just waiting around to get started in a niche, that's over as well, right? Because if you do a contest, you can literally fire up 10 different contests and 10 different niches without having to create a lead magnet, without having to, do all these things. You can just pick 10 different items that you can give away in a contest on Amazon. Just like Matt, you do it and just try it out in 10 different niches and just see what works. Right? So you don't need to wait around to get started in a niche. You don't have to waste your traffic and subscribers, because right now, every single time someone signs up into your funnel, someone subscribes to your email list, and you're not trying to get them to share it with all their friends, you're wasting an opportunity. You're wasting the opportunity of them being able to spread the word with all of their friends about you and your business, right? So I would say the total savings is at least $1,950 a month by not having to do all these things, right? And that's just my sort of look at it. Everyone's opinion is different. I know that, I totally get that, but that's my look at it compared to having to do all these things custom and myself and hire people to do that for me, right? So using UpViral, you'll be able to run viral giveaways, like I told you before. You can run viral contests, like I showed you before. You can do viral product launches for it. I've used it many times over as well. It's all built for all those things, however you want to use it. So what you're going to get is a 1 year Viral Pro account if you subscribe today. I put the number there, 1,950 value. It's like, there's no one to sell it for, but that's like what you save in a monthly. That's what you save on a yearly. That's what you save, what I just described, right? I'm not trying to be pushy or anything like that, but that's just my take, and I wanted to explain that. And anyways, you get a 1 year Viral Pro account if you subscribe today. Now, the first thing you might want to ask yourself, like, how do I take advantage of this? Wilco, help me out. Well, no worries. We got a course for that. We got the Viral Foundation course. So this is an intensive introduction on how you can leverage viral marketing to build your business. And this way you can see exactly how it fits into your overall business plan. And you're going to get that as well. So you're going to get the 1 year Viral Pro account as well as the Viral Foundation course. Now, next question you might ask yourself is like, but will people actually share it? Like, how does that work? Will they do it? Well, yeah, because that's actually what we cover in the Psychology Hacking course. And in this course, you will learn why people share things online and how to take advantage of that as well. And once you have it right, people respond to the same thing over and over again. So that's what I'm going to show you in the Psychology Hacks and Strategies course. That's what you're going to get as well. What should I put on my pages? Well, got you covered for that, which is what you're going to get in the Viral Campaign course. So these are proven campaign hacks and strategies that have already brought in a ton of traffic and profits for other users. And if you follow this step by step, you'll be good pretty much. So that's what we're going to cover in the Viral Campaign course, the campaign hacks and strategies. So you're going to get that as well, on top of the Viral Pro account, the Viral Foundation course, the Psychology Hacking course, and the Viral Campaign course. You're going to get all of that. Now, what email should I send in the actual follow-up emails that I just told you? What email should you actually send out to make people want to share your site and your business with their friends? Well, that's what we're going to cover in the follow-up hacks and strategies. In this course, you'll learn how to ensure your campaign success with winning powerful email follow-up sequences. So you'll learn the crucial elements needed to ensure that we'll keep your follow-up sequences and campaigns as successful as possible, to make sure people will keep on sharing your message also from the email follow-ups that UpViral will send out. So you're going to get that as well if you sign up today. What about traffic? Like, obviously, you need initial people to subscribe, right? So I decided to go in depth and create a traffic hacks and strategies course. And this is basically various innovative ways to generate that initial surge of traffic needed to get your viral campaign going. Now, this doesn't just apply on UpViral. You can use these traffic strategies on any site or any business. But I just added them in here as your starting point to make sure you know how to drive initial traffic to your viral campaign from the get-go, right? So you're going to get 1 year of Viral Pro account. You're going to get the Viral Foundation course. You're going to get the Psychology Hacking course, the Viral Campaign course, the Email Follow-up Recipe course, and the Traffic Mastery course. I want more. Like I put this here because I always know that some people are like, I want to, like, they're always looking for the next thing, right? I could have just stopped here. I actually should have just stopped here. But I know always people are like, I want to have one more thing, and this is like that one more thing, right? So I should have stopped here, but this is like the one more thing. I want more. Well, I also created a course called the Optimization Strategies. In this course, I cover how to continuously test and improve your campaign to achieve better success rates, right? Using split testing and all of that. And these are like optimization and testing. Like I said before, it's absolutely crucial to get basically to really go viral. And in this course, I'm taking you basically by the hand, show you how to do that, right? In order to ensure you're maximizing your campaign. So that's what's inside the split test and optimization course, which you're gonna get as well as part of today's package. So total value is just over $3,000. Just total value of over $3,000. Now, if all it did was this, if all it did was finally that you finally stop being dependent on any single traffic source, because now you got like people all over the web promoting your site for you, would it be worth it? Would it be worth it to spend $3,000 and you're not depending on any traffic source because now you got an army of people always promoting your site or business? Yeah, for me, it would definitely be worth it, right? So what if all this did was to add another 10,000 new subscribers a month into your business? Would it be worth it? To spend $3,000 once, and then you get 10,000 people into your business, subscribers into your business every single month, would it be worth it? Well, that's a silly question, of course. Like, I think doesn't matter which market or niche you're in, like 10,000 subscribers is always worth more than that, right? And what if all it did was that it would get you a ton of extra exposure through word of mouth to places that you could otherwise never reach, right? Not just on Facebook, but inside the forums, inside of the corners of the internet, as I would call it, because people are spreading their invite links to your business, to your site, anywhere they can. If all it did was that it was doing that, would it be worth it? Well, yeah, I think it definitely would, right? So when I was building up Viral, I'm still building up Viral, my team and I basically had two options, right? I could go as cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible. I mean, just like some people do, just go super cheap and just sell, and that's it. But it wouldn't really incentivize me to really stack the value. I mean, you just saw, I just saw the dashboard. That's not built overnight. Like I said, we got a team of people building every single day. We're working on it Viral. We're always making it better, and that's just not possible if I try to sell it as cheap as possible. So I actually went for the second option, which requires a little higher investment from your end, but in exchange I can devote more resources to guarantee your success. I mean, we've launched a Viral, I think almost 2 years now, and we've just grown the business. Like every single day we've been keep on building, and that's what we're going to keep on doing. This is not like a one-time gig or anything like that. This is my business, and this is what I put everything, all my energy and resources in. And but I can only do that if I charge a little bit more, because otherwise I would not be able to keep on building it and keep on adding all these features, pay my staff and all of that. So I went for the second option, but like I said, in return I can devote a lot more resources to guarantee your success and to make sure it's better and better over time as well. So the question is, like, what would one viral campaign be worth to you, right? Let's say it would just bring in 5,000 extra subscribers into your business. How much would that be worth to you if you would get 5,000 extra subscribers into your business? And like for everyone, it's different. Could be 5,000 a month, could be 10,000 a month. Like for me personally, in my business, I know that 5,000 subscribers, on average, depends obviously on the source, but on average is between $1 and $2 per subscriber a month in revenue, in terms of like doing promotions to that list. So 5,000 subscribers will be between 5,000 and 10,000 a month. That's why I put those numbers on there, because that's in my business what 5,000 leads are worth, right? So I can't speak for you. So I want you to answer that for yourself. Like, what would 5,000 extra subscribers be worth to you? That's the real question here, right? So you can see that all together with all the courses and all the bonuses that I've added, it's actually a good deal at $1,497. But don't get me wrong here. I know you're all here and you're waiting for like, what's the special offer? Because I have a special offer because I really appreciate you all being here. So it's not going to be for $1,497. It's not going to be $997 actually. It is going to be because you are special. Ooh, this always sounds so goofy, right? But I actually do mean it because I really appreciate that you're all here on this call with me. So because you're all here, and if you decide to take action, you can get access for not $1,497. You can get access for $297 today. Let me actually just write that in the chat, so you can also click on it as well. Let me just write it down. Just 1 second. Like I said, I'm a guy and I'm not good at multitasking. Anyway, so if go to viral.com/webinar special right now, and you can get access for $297 today, and you're gonna get all of the packages that you created. So now it brings, I already talked about the 2 choices I have, but now you have 2 options, right? You can either do nothing and not take a leap of faith, which is obviously 100% risk-free, but I mean, I know you've been on these kind of webinars before, right? And you get excited, you get fired up, and what happens the next day? I'm guessing it's often the same thing as the day before, right? And it's sad because I just showed you guys the exact system that I've used to get my business to where it is today, the exact system that I'm using to building up my email list. And the choices you have, you can either do nothing and not take this leap of faith and wake up tomorrow the exact same thing as you did today, or you can pony up this small investment, which is a small investment compared to all the value you get in return, and just give it a shot, right? That's the real question here, and that's the choice you have to make. Now, don't get me wrong here. I'm not here to judge. You are the one who decides whether you want to just wake up tomorrow the same way as today, or whether you just want to give it a shot. Both is fine, but you are the one who has to make that decision. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it really easy for you, because if you sign up today and if you don't like it for whatever reason, I don't care if it's 29 days, 23 hours and 59 minutes from now, for whatever reason, just let me know and I will give you your money back, and we'll still be friends. Like, I know I invited you to this webinar by email. You're on my email list. Some of you might have been following me for a year. Some of you might be brand new. Some of you might know me. Some of you might not. Like, I think for those of you who know me, I don't even have to tell you this, but like, I always hated when people they give a guarantee like this and they don't really hold their word. But like, if you like I said, for whatever reason you ask us, we're not going to ask you why. We're not going to make you go to any kind of loops. Just let us know, hey, I want a refund. That's all you need to say, and you will get it, as long as it's within 30 days and no problem at all. And if for whatever reason, like, I would not hold my word, please scream it on top of your lungs on Facebook or whatever, because once again, trust me, I'm not going to do that. Everyone who's going to ask within 30 days is going to get the money back. So I just want to make it really clear. I'm assuming most of you already know this, but like, we are really, really easy. And the reason why I'm doing this actually is not because I think you're going to do it, but because I know that once you try it out and you have your campaign set up, you're going to be more than convinced that this is what you need to be using, and you don't even want to have it. But once again, if you do, no worries at all. I'll give it to you without a problem. So that's basically what I'm offering you right here. And the thing is that the real question to you right now, is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? I mean, I'm not asking you to make the decision, whether should I invest or not right now? No, I'm asking you whether it's worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out, which, if it does even half of the things what I've claimed today on this training, will pay for itself as soon as your first campaign is live. Just try it out for a couple of minutes, and then you decide whether you want to keep it somewhere over the next 30 days. You don't have to decide right now, but somewhere over the next 30 days, right? So just to summarize, what you're going to get if you sign up right now, you're going to get 1 year of a Viral Pro account. You're going to get the Viral Foundation course. You're going to get the Psychology Hacking course. You're going to get the Viral Campaign course, the Email Follow-Up Recipe course, the Traffic Mastery course, and the Split Test and Optimization course. You're going to get all of that for just $297 today at viral.com/webinar special. Now, someone's asking about VAT, value added tax. I just noticed that on the chat, and I'll go into Q&A a little bit more. But if you're from Europe, then because I'm from Europe as well, I need to charge VAT, value added tax, on top of it. However, if you are a VAT registered business in Europe as well, you can just add in your VAT details after the purchase. So first you make a purchase, and then after the purchase, you add your VAT number inside of your account, send us a ticket, and you'll get the VAT refunded back into your account. So you don't actually have to pay it. That's just the way it works if you are from Europe. Just want to be clear on that. So once again, go to viral.com/webinar special. Now, for those of you who know me and follow me, and also those who just got to know me on this webinar, you already noticed that I talk fast. And a lot of the time I sort of move fast. I like fast movers, and I sort of learned over time that those who act fast, they are pretty much, I don't want to sound harsh, but they have a higher chance of success. So for example, last week I was at Russell Brunson's mastermind, and these were with a group of entrepreneurs who were all crushing it, right? And every single person, they're like, like they're always moving fast, right? And I prefer, if I have the option, I prefer to work with people who move fast, who are action takers, who are, all in, instead of waiting around to bush, see if it's for them. So I decided to do something special for those who actually do fit that description, those who actually do take fast action. So for the first 20 people, for the first 20 action takers, I haven't checked how many there are right now already. I see quite a few people in the chat who already got access, but I'm going to check in a little bit. But for the next 20 action takers, you're also going to get 3 in-depth case studies in which I reveal how for a total of 130,000 subscribers over 3 different viral campaigns, how it worked and what we did and all of that. So you're going to get 3 in-depth case studies if you're one of the first 20 action takers. You're also going to get a guide that my team and I created for the ultimate prize and reward. So basically it's a list of inspiration that you can use. All right, what should I give away as my reward? What should I give away as an incentive for people to start sharing my message? Well, that's what's inside the ultimate prize and reward guide. If you're one of the first 20 action takers. And thirdly, and this one's pretty awesome, you're going to get free traffic into your contest. Now I have to explain that for a little bit, but basically what it means, we actually compiled a list of websites where you can submit your contest for free. And those sites are like filled with people who are hungry for contests. They want to join contests, right? So this is a list of sites where you can just create your viral campaign, go into open this all these sites up, submit your contest right there, and that's where all these people are who are just dying to join a contest. And guess what? They're joining your contest, and then they start spreading the message about your contest. So this is like the initial surge of traffic that you need for your campaign, and you're going to get this list if you were one of the first 20 people. And the reason why I put this inside the fast action bonus section is because obviously this works best if not everyone has access to these websites. All right, so only if you're one of the first 20 people, you're going to get access to this resource as well. So you want to make sure you're one of the first 20 action takers. So that sort of summarizes it up. So just to summarize, for those of you who are 1 year of a Viral Pro account, that's what you're going to get. That's our highest level of a viral. You're going to get the Viral Foundation course. You're going to get the Psychology Hacking course, the Viral Campaign course, the Email Follow-up Recipe course, the Traffic Mastery course, the Split Test and Optimization course. And on top of that, these 3 bonuses, the 3 in-depth case studies, the ultimate prize and reward guide, and the free traffic to your contest with all these sites where you can submit your contest if you're one of the first 20 people for just $297 today. And once again, we have a 30-day refund guarantee, so there's no risk at all. I'm not asking you to make that decision right now. I'm asking you to just give it a couple of minutes to just try it out, see if it works for you, let the numbers speak for themselves, and then somewhere over the next 30 days, then decide whether this is something that you should have been doing for years already, right? But because I'm assuming that that's going to be the result, this is something that you should have been doing already. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick sip of water, and then I'm going to go through the questions. Now, I already saw someone asking about Uptin. I actually added the link to the bottom left. You'll see it at upviral.com/getuptin, and that's just for those of you who might be confused. So we have UpViral, which is the main thing we're working on. Uptin is a WordPress plugin which will just add various opt-in forms to your WordPress website. And you can download that for free, just for being awesome and being here on this webinar at upviral.com/getuptin, as you'll see at the bottom left. Now, I'm going to take a quick sip of water because all this talking is making me thirsty, as you can imagine. And let me just check this chat at the same time as well. let me just do a quick check. So I'll put the link to it in the chat as well, and then once again the link to the special offer as well, just so you're all clear on what the links are. I just want to be so you'll know exactly where to go. So let me see, what are the questions? Someone's asking, can you cancel at any time? Well, yes, you can. Obviously, you can cancel at any time. If you within 30 days, you can just ask for a refund, no problem at all. And then there's no lock-in or anything like that, so you're always free to cancel at any time. Let's see. James is asking, will this work in any language? Yes, we actually made sure it's working in any language. Because, like I said, I'm from the Netherlands as well, and we got customers from all over the world. So obviously the dashboard, what you see, what you yourself are seeing, that's in English, but everything that your audience will see is in you can make it in any language, basically. William, if you already have a viral, yes, send me an email at my personal email. It's info@emarkey.nl, and I'll get you set up, no problem. See. Can I export the leads? Yes, you can export all the leads. So what we do is automatically, whenever someone subscribes, we will send it over to your email autoresponder, to ActiveCampaign, to Aweber, MailChimp, GetResponse, all of those systems. But on top of that, you can also just export a CSV file, an Excel file with all the leads automatically. Someone's asking whether we offer support if we get stuck. Well, of course we do. We actually have a team of people ready to answer all your questions. So if you have any questions, just email us at support@upviral.com, and we'll be happy to help you out. Our team works from Monday to Friday, so I have to mention that we usually do not work during the weekends. We like for escalations and things like that. Obviously we do, but usually we answer questions just on Monday to Friday. If you get a reply on Saturday and Sunday, it's more luck than the general rule. So I just want to be clear on what we do, because our team, they all have a life in as well. So obviously they deserve to have a weekend. So yeah, we have support from Monday to Friday at support@upviral.com if you have any questions. I see someone else asking about the VIT. Once again, if you are a business inside of Europe, just send us a ticket, support ticket right after you made a purchase, and you can get a VAT refund if you have a business. Let's see. Someone's asking, Edward is asking, if we don't have a lot of social media friends in our niche, how will this work? Well, you don't need to have your own social media friends. It's more like people are doing the work for you, right? Actually, a while ago, I spoke with a customer. I can't really reveal his name or niche, but he was working in a niche which people wouldn't really share on Facebook per se, right? So what he actually did is he made it all about email. So instead of saying, hey, share this on Facebook, which he knew his target audience wasn't really on, or they wouldn't be talking about it, he made it all about, hey, send this link by email to 5 of your colleagues that would be interested in this, and that makes it really specific, because what people would actually do is they would have like an email button, and it would have a pre-filled email, and they can change that obviously, but in that template, like right away, it will actually have their own unique invite link. So this way it was really specific, and this way it's not so like this campaign would not necessarily get hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but all the people that you would actually reach are exactly the kind of person that you get. So there's multiple ways of going about it. So even if you're in a niche where people don't really like to talk about on Facebook, there's still ways around it to sort of get your campaign into the hands of the right people. Let's see. Someone's asking about geo-targeting, or whether we can do geo-targeting so you make sure that only people from a certain area are actually included. Right now, it does not include geo-targeting yet. We're working on that. However, you can actually add, for example, a drop-down multiple choice, like, hey, which region are you, or like which country or which city are you from, for example. And this way, you can then actually segment your email list based on, all right, who is from New York, who is from every city that you use. So I hope that makes sense. But this way you can let people enter it themselves using a drop down and get people get that information into your database as well. Let's see. I'm in, Sherilyn. Awesome. Sherilyn, how long does it take if we are slow? How long does it take to set up a campaign if we are slow? That's a good question. I'm not depends on how slow, I guess. So that's like I wouldn't be able to specify a specific amount of minutes. but we are talking about sort of like minutes. It depends on if you want to look at all the videos as well. Obviously, we have like video instructions on how it all works step by step, which will take you through every step of the way, one by one. So if you want to watch the video, stop it, play it, then like maybe like half an hour, I'm not sure, like something like that. So what I recommend you to do is just try it out, and if you think it's too hard, then definitely let me know. But I'm pretty sure that everyone can do it, and most of you will not even use the videos, but the videos are there in case you need it, right? Because we always like to make sure everyone can get it. Let's see. Someone's asking, is there an upsell? No, there's not. There's no upsell because I do my best to give as much value as I can into one package, and I'm not here to just oh yeah, you bought this, but now you need to have this other thing as well. Like if you buy this, you have it all, and there's no upsell or anything like that. So this is all like right after you make a purchase, all you're gonna see is like thank you, click here to log in, and then you check your login details, which you get in your email inbox, and you just log in, and you can get started in literally 10 seconds from now if you are fast with PayPal or credit card. Jared is saying that your video trading for your product is the best. Thanks, really appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot, actually. Heather is asking, does it integrate with ConvertKit? Yes, it does integrate with ConvertKit. Lauren is asking, what is Uptin? Uptin is like a WordPress plugin which we created. It's different from UpViral. It's not even related, but it's like it's a WordPress plugin which will allow you to create various opt-in boxes on your WordPress website. It's a free plugin that we created, and you can get it for free because you are actually on this call and you stay with me on the end. So that is Uptin. I saw Jay asking the same question. Awesome. Tom is asking whether you can use it in Germany. Yes, you can definitely use it in Germany as well. So it has double opt-in, which is required for the German market. And you can also ask questions like, for example, hey, just a silly example, like what color is the sky? Blue. And then you can then automatically let only pick winners for those who actually enter the right question, right? So they need to answer the right question in order to be able to win, which for some countries is important as well in terms of legal reasons. I hope I'm not missing any questions because there's so many chats. I love it, but it's just, doing my best here. Does it work with WordPress? Yes, it doesn't matter which system or platform you're using, as long as you can copy paste HTML onto your site. And obviously, if you don't have a website, no worries at all. You can also use everything on our platform as well. Someone's asking whether if he already has UpViral, will his account be updated to 2.0? Well, yes, actually it's already updated, because like I said, once you're in, you're going to get all the future updates. We're not here to like a year from now say, yeah, well, now you are, you've been using our tool for X amount of time, now you need to pay extra or whatever. Like, no, once you're in, you're in, right? You'll get all the updates. We're not going to charge anything extra. We're not going to increase the price or anything like that. Once you're in, right? Now that's just the way I like to work. I'm not sure how many of you people are familiar with Zaxa. Zaxa is not my business, actually. Zaxa is the system that we are using as a checkout system, basically, the payment gateway, and it's good and bad. I like it, but their statistics are slow. They update like once every 10 or 15 minutes. So someone's asking whether still one of the first 20 people. I'm trying to get that information, but for some reason Zaxa is not loading. And that's frustrating. All right, so let me just see. It still has to update, so hopefully it'll update soon. Let me just open up the chat again. John, appreciated that you're in. I appreciate it a lot. I see a lot of people actually are in already. So we got Steven is in, Patrick says he's in, Melanie says he's in, Wolfgang Gruber from Canada is in, Pamela's in, Edward is in, William is in. That's awesome. So I'm afraid the 20 spots are going fast. So obviously you want to know what deal you're in. So you know what? I think what would be fair is, because we are 20 spots, but like I said, Zaxa is refreshing only every couple of minutes. And for those of you if you're like, you can check it out. This is not some marketing gimmick or anything like that. You can sign up for Zaxa, check it out. They only update their stats every 10 or 15 minutes or so, which is insane. So I can't even see exactly. So if I'm refreshing the stats right now, but let's say I refresh the stat and I see it just went over 20, like 23, 24, then you're in luck, because those people are going to be still in, because obviously, like I said, you want to be in. So let's just say until I've refreshed and it hits the 20, that's the mark where you're going to get the extra special bonuses, the 3 in-depth case studies, the unlimited prize and reward guide, and the free traffic to your contest. I think that will be the most fair thing to do. Otherwise, people think, oh yeah, I'm one of the first 20, and then they subscribe, and then I refresh the stats 5 minutes later, and it turns out they're not. So I think that's cool. Let me just check the stat. Check the someone's actually. I just reminded myself that I created one more slide with some overview of what autoresponders I support, and this is actually, I believe it's an old one, because we add new autoresponders pretty much every week. So there's actually a longer list right now, but this is to give you an idea of what we already had before. So a list of autoresponders that we integrate with, and obviously also HTML forms as well as Zapier. So you can pretty much connect it with any other tool out there. I also added some extra case studies right here. So here's a case study of someone who used Vyral in their pre-launch of a certain product. So they launched a new product, and what they did is pretty cool. Before they actually went live, they did a pre-launch using a Vyral, so people could subscribe, and then they could get they were incentivized to share it in order to get a discount coupon. And they actually kept track of, because they gave us different discount coupon, they saw how many people used that coupon code. I'm not sure if you can see it on your screen, but it's on the left. That's the pre-launch sequence. They got 67 sales using that coupon code, which was a total of 19,939 extra sales. And then what they did, and I think this is a good trick as well. So during the launch, so they launched the product, and it was like a paid product. But some people are, like most people actually, they're going to see their sales page and they're not going to buy, right? Only 2 or 3% is actually going to buy, or give or take, right? And then they retargeted those people not into the same sales page, but what they did is they retargeted those people who visited the sales page but decided not to buy, retargeted with an ad into another Vyral campaign, where once again they were able to, hey, you know what, you want to get a discount coupon for that thing that you saw, just share it with a couple of your friends, and then you get that discount coupon. And that campaign resulted in another 62 extra sales using, they measured that how often that coupon code was actually used, which is another $18,519 in extra revenue and extra sales. So I just wanted to show that with you, because once I saw this, I was like, oh, this is pretty awesome, because this shows you that it's not just about building up your list, but you can use it in all kinds of ways, right? You can use it to drive more sales as well. They did over $38,000 extra sales just because of using Vyral during their launch. This was when they were launching a software tool called Shopify app. Another case study, this is from a friend of mine. His name is Brad Costanzo. He launched, together with his wife, a new brand called Stiletto Coffee, and they did a contest as well, so people could actually win those stiletto heels. It's more for females. And as you can see right here on the right hand side, you'll see a screenshot of the statistics, and he got over 6,000 total visitors and over 3,000 leads. And as you can see, 1,600 people signed up directly, and then almost 1,400 people signed up because of people referring it, and just created a whole buzz around it while they were sort of in pre-launch. And what's even more awesome, and I actually respect Brad a lot that he shared that info with me. On the very bottom right, you'll see a screenshot of his GetResponse account. He sent out an email to all those people, right? And as you can see, he got a 59% open rate. So that shows you that it's not just some people who enter a random email address. These are people who are actively checking their email. 59% open rate. To be honest, I pay to have that. I don't even have that myself, right? So that's pretty awesome. So that was Brad Costanzo. And here's another cool way of how someone is using it in our community. What he did was he's running webinars. And he basically, on the thank you page, he actually has them he gives them 2 options. Get it for just $49, or get it for free by sharing with 3 friends, right? So this way, they know, right, all right, this is worth $49 because I actually have to pay $49, or I can get it for free. if I share it with your friends. And by doing it this way, on average, because his main goal was to get people on the webinar, right? His main goal wasn't to go viral. His main goal is to get people to join the webinar and to buy his product. But by doing this, like every 3 people he sends into that funnel using Facebook ads, he get 1 extra person. So in other words, he's cutting down his Facebook ad cost by 25 to 30%, which is pretty awesome. So I just wanted to once again show you there's various ways of using it. So here's Jeremiah. He said he grew his list with over 10,000 subscribers in just a few short months using UpViral. Nandu said he got 70,000 visitors in the first 7 days, 1,100 signups, and later 700 signups daily, which is pretty awesome, I think. Nikolai, he's from the Netherlands as well, actually. He set up a little test, spent little less than 200 euros, which I know is just over $200. It's pretty much equal right now. To promote his viral campaign, resulting in 4,339 subscribers and just over 16,000 euros in revenue within 6 weeks from a 200 euro ad spend, just because people signed up and they started spreading the news and spreading the word using their invite links, and that's it. So awesome case study right there. So once again, get started at viral.com/webinar special right now. Let me just go back because I want to go through some questions right now again, because I've been talking for a little while and I probably missed some questions. I just want to mention as well, I mean, for the last 90 minutes or so, or what time is it? Almost 2 hours even. I've shared a ton of information with you, but as you know, information alone is not what's going to save you, right? Now that you know how this whole viral loop works, it's awesome, but it's not going to help you unless you actually invest in this system, because without UpViral, there's no way to actually put this into practice. And once again, I'm not asking you to make a decision right now. I'm asking you whether it's worth a couple of minutes of your time to test it out and see if this works for you, and then decide somewhere over the next 30 days where do you want to keep it. If not, no worries though, and we'll still be friends. There's no hard feelings at all. Someone's asking whether I could actually do a discount, like a lifetime offer. No, I can actually not. This is like the best offer I can give. And why? Because like I said, we currently have 18 people in our team, 18 people who are working nonstop to make this better. I would go any lower than this, I would I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I would not be able to stay in business, right? This is not something that, this is awesome right now, and a year from now it's the same as today. No, a year from now, this is going to be even more awesome than it is today. Like, we're constantly adding new features, and the plans and the ideas that I have for viral new features that we're adding, you're going to be blown away, and you're going to get all of that included in your account, added over time as we go along. And the only way I can do that is if I like I said before, I had the choice to either go cheap or basically get the resources available to make this the best system out there. And I'm actually pretty convinced it already is, but I don't want to stop there. I want to keep on making this better over and over and over again. So that's my explanation of that. Appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, someone's asking about training. Yeah, there's a lot of training inside of the platform. Like I said, if you sign up today, you're going to get the Viral Foundation course, the Psychology Hacking course, the Viral Campaign course, the Email Follow Recipe course, the Traffic Mastery course, and the Split Test and Optimization course, all included in the actual dashboard. So we actually have a learning center in your account, and that's where you'll find all those videos. We get more videos about how it all works in a more practical sense, like how you actually set up your campaign and things like that. That's all inside of that as well. Plus, we got a Facebook community where we all share ideas and brainstorm about what's working best. And if we see a cool campaign, just brainstorm about what works and things like that. Someone's saying whether if the link doesn't work, so it should actually work. Viral.com/webinar special. Let me just to make it really easy. Let me just type it once more. I hope I didn't make a typo mistake before. Webinar. Now I am making a typo. So that is the link again. Hope that's cool. So I think that's about it. I mean, I hope I'm not missing any of the questions. Someone's asking, so no Actionetics? Yeah, we actually do integrate with Actionetics as well. They don't have an Actionetics is from ClickFunnels, just for those of you who don't know. So we integrate with those as well. They don't have an API yet, so we have a bit of a workaround. So you'll have to copy paste the funnel, basically copy paste the link of your funnel into UpViral, and that way all the leads are going into your Actionetics account. So we got you covered for that as well. If you're using Actionetics, no problem as well. Plus, they're also using Zapier, so you can also use Zapier. So there's multiple ways you can use UpViral in combination with Actionetics. So no problem at all. Right. So I always love tech stuff because I'm actually checking the chat on my laptop and instead of on my main iMac, and my connection is cutting out on my laptop. So I'm trying to find new chats. So I think that sort of indicates also like I'm here, like I sort of showed you that, I mean, I'm nothing special, right? I'm just like a Dutch guy with a broken accent and he's having technical issues while running a webinar, right? I mean, like I said, I'm nothing special. I even have to ask my wife to iron my shirts. But if there's one thing I know, it's to take this whole concept, the whole concept of virality, and put it into a platform. What we did, like with UpViral, like that's the thing that I specialize in. That's the thing that I'm geeking out on, and that's the thing that I just love to do, right? And I just put all my heart and soul into it, and I just know for a fact that this is going to help you. I'm not saying that because I want to try to sell you this. Obviously, I want to have you as a customer but it wouldn't do me any good if I wouldn't be 100% convinced that you would actually be happy with it and you would get the results that you want using this tool. Because if you wouldn't, you would just ask for a refund within 30 days and it would be no good use for me anyway, right? But I know for a fact that this is going to help you, and that's why I would love to have you just try it out for a few minutes, and I would love to see your response, because to be completely honest with you, I am a bit of a nerd. I just love geeking. I just love things like that, and just love making it easy to use. And whenever someone's send me an email saying, "Oh, dude, I love your software. We got this and this results," that literally makes my day. I love it. Like, getting new customers in is nice, but getting people to actually use it and get results, that's what's really making my day. I think a lot of you might relate to that as well. Just seeing your customers have success, that's the most awesome feeling in the world, right? It's not just about the results you're getting yourself, but it's making sure others are getting similar results. So that's what my I don't know, how do you say that in English? What makes me feel great? I think that would be the best way to describe it. So anyway, my chat is back. Let's see. I hope I'm not missing any messages. Unfortunately I do almost have to bail out. I'm assuming that the 20 spots are pretty much almost gone. Let me see. I'm not sure if it actually refreshes. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna count to from 10 to 0. Everyone who gets in before that time, I'm going to make sure you get all these extra fast action bonuses, the one that I mentioned right here. Once I'm at 0, I'm going to close down the webinar. If you do have any other questions, you can always email me right after, and I'll do my best to reply to them as soon as I can. Tonight I'm going to be packaging my stuff because, like I said before, I'm going to Liverpool, and that's why I sort of have to bail out. I hope I'm not offending anyone. If I didn't answer your question, we will answer your question. You can always send them to our email. But I want to make sure that everyone has one last chance to get these action taker spots. So I'm going to count from 10 to 0. You decide whether you want to grab it right now or later. That's your decision. But if you get it before I reach 0, I'll do a timestamp on my watch to see who's in and who's not. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So that's about it. 10. Let me just, I'll make it a little bit more personal before I head off. At least I want to, All right, so that's about it. I hope that's fair, and also I want to thank all of you for being here. But I'm going to count down from 10 to 0. And I saw someone with an issue with payment. If you send me an email and letting me know that you actually tried to make a purchase but it didn't work, send me an email, because then I can check the timestamp on that email as well, so I still know that you're one of the fast action takers, right? So count down from 10 to 0. Everyone who's before that, you'll get all the fast action bonus. If not, then not. So that's it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Awesome. So that's it. I'm going to close the webinar down. My wife is literally waiting for me for dinner right now. Then I'm going to pack my stuff. I really, really, really appreciate you all being here with me on the call. I already gave you the free gift earlier in this presentation for being here with me, being here live. I apologize for any technical mistake, or I apologize for my weird Dutch accent, and I apologize for speaking a bit too fast sometimes. I'm just doing my best here. Like I said, that's all I can do, and I know you. I'm hoping you understand that. But I really appreciate you all being here with me live. I know you're all busy, and you decided to spend 2 hours with me here, so really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to work together with everyone who just jumped on. And with that having said, once again, support@upviral.com, or just reply to my personal email. That's fine as well. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. With that having said, I hope I'm not I still see chats coming in. I hope I'm not missing any questions, but I hope you understand that. So with that having said, have an awesome day.